Stage 4, Coonabarabran to Siding Springs, the Queen stage of this tour. Starting in Coonabarabran, the astronomy capital of Australia, people from all around the world come here to view the stars and what's out there. But today we're talking about cycling. In the men's, new race leader Cameron Bailey from Search to Retain. He's going to have a tough day today. The finish at the top of Siding Springs is a 7-kilometre climb from the base. It gets very steep over the last 3 Ks. This is the stage everybody's been talking about. This is the stage where the tour will be won.
Yeah, big day today, stage 4, hilltop finish, man, it's going to be tough. Yeah, it's going to see how the legs go on the hill, it's going to all come down to that. I'm very confident. Yeah, it's crazy being surrounded by such good riders. It's a bit of a shock to me.
So stage 4, it was all about one climb, the final climb to Siding Spring. The prelude to that of the 126 kilometres started with 1 KOM early. After that KOM, a breakaway got away. It stayed away to 85 kilometres. It included Carl Evan and Darcy Norton.
Budget and Down Under rider got away. They got a couple of minutes. So we just put our guys on the front, controlled it with a couple of Search to Retain guys up there as well, and that stayed out there until like 40k to go probably. And from there was a bit more attacking and whatnot, and we just sort of wanted to keep the pace higher coming into the early part of the climb.
Now those two guys worked very well together. They made it to the turnaround and started to come back, seeing the bunch on the other way. It hit a maximum of barely 2.5 minutes, so it never really was allowed to go away. The race was in the bunch, and it was Budget and Genesis, as expected, controlling the field. They knew today if they could bring the whole group together at the base of the climb, they could deliver their climbers to the top.
My legs weren't feeling too bad, so I gave it a bit of attack just to see if I could split things up a little bit or catch 1 or 2 of the Genesis guys out and try and minimise the amount of Genesis guys up there. It didn't quite work, but it did get rid of a couple of guys.
Once we hit the climb, we just had a couple of our riders keep the pace up, and then the 4 of us, Jai, myself, Jack and Ben, sort of just worked together at the front to keep the pace high in the climb.
And then Nathan went, and I went. I was the only one that able to go with him.
At about 1 kilometre to go, I just hit him and put some time into him in the last K and managed to take the stage in the yellow jersey.
And the rider across the line, rider number 2, Nathan Earl.
Definitely we need to be switched on tomorrow, but I think we showed already that we've got the team to defend and ride on the front, and if it comes down to it, if we've all got to ride the front, just control it, then we will.
In the women's race, I hate to say it because I've been saying it from day one, Ruth Corset is above everybody else, and she should be able to, barring an accident, make it to the top as she did last year. Another girl that I'm really looking forward to seeing is Jenny Fay. She is the dominant marathon mountain biker of Australia. Can she convert to road racing? And I'm sure she's going to enjoy this hill. Is she classy enough to keep up with Ruth Corset? I don't know.
It's stage 4, so 75 kilometres over Siding Springs, or up Siding Springs, which most of us did it last year in pretty bad conditions. So it's good that we have got good conditions. We know that there's one climb on the way out, and there's significant climb up, 12k climb up to the top of Siding Springs, which will really definitely sort out GC, which it did last year.
Alexandra Nichols broke away early, and none of the other teams really reacted, so we ended up bringing her back after that first climb. because we knew we couldn't let anyone really get away too far. My teammate Kat, she attacked before the turnaround, and which forced the other riders to work to catch her. And then I countered, and then it just all came back together again. Laura Medley attacked after the turnaround, and we knew that we'd be able to, if we just had to keep a certain distance from her, we knew that we'd get her on the climb. We had to really keep an eye on her because we didn't want her to get too far ahead. We knew that we'd get her on that big climb at the end there, but still we didn't want her to be too far ahead. Once we caught Laura, Kat and I got away before the main climb, and then we just worked together to the finish.
The two Pencers were clear to ride all the way to the finish to build a big lead, but Miranda Griffiths from Holden team, she was fighting hard to stay into contention. She's been rewarded with third place on GC going into the final day tomorrow.
That Ruth Crossan will take the victory. 2012.
Yeah, we're very happy with the result today. It worked out really well for us.